let's have a quick run at it. Do you want to do it now?
Yep, I'm actually recording as we do. I'll just get
I thought you might be.
well, it's just easier that
It was the opening of North Queensland to international tourism. We couldn't get past the authorities in Canberra or in Qantas because they didn't want to do that. They wanted to keep the opening to the rest of the world out of Sydney, which I found absolutely dreadful. And our international tourists to Queensland, we had to drag them through there. And on top of that, they never made, I can remember having a very severe argument with the chairman of Qantas at one time when I said to him, you know, we've got to have more international flights straight into Queensland, not filtered through Sydney. And he said, you know, but Sydney is the gateway to the world. And I said, no, it's not. The fact of the matter is that you keep bringing people in through the bloody tradesman's entrance in the south instead of out through Queensland, which is the front door of Australia to the rest of the world. And I wanted more flights and more seats into Queensland. And he said, look, at the moment you get 6% of all the seats into Australia go into Queensland directly. And you only get 6% of the international visitors in Queensland, so we're providing as many seats as you need. And I exploded. Of course we only got 6% because it's all he jolly well bring into us. The sort of arrogance of it all made me dreadfully angry. So I was able to borrow a aircraft from Ansett, which was suitable for an international flight. And I said, I want to buy that plane. I want to take it out of Townsville, flying direct to Singapore and back. I want to fill the front of the aircraft with the leaders of North Queensland in the tourist fields, and particularly the mayors of the various and leaders of various local governments and the various local promotional outfits that of just of ordinary citizens who are pushing to do things for their area, that sort of thing. So some other special guests that we had, and the endeavours of the authorities in Canberra to stop that aircraft from taking off. They did not want this thing. They just opposed it on every way. Well, it just so happened that, and I'm not going to tell you right now, a very special friend of mine was able to talk to the Ansett people, because it was really, I wanted to have the aircraft called the Spirit of Queensland, and that we take all of these people over, we don't give them an overnight there and bring them back. And the tourism industry people in Cairns, in Singapore, just accommodated them. And it was absolutely fantastic. And we had a huge dinner in Townsville the night before the flight was to go. Rupert Murdoch had at that stage acquired an interest in NSET, and he came out. He was an old radio friend of mine. He came out and was there for the takeoff of the plane and all that sort of thing, and for the dinner. Joe came in particular, and was sort of playing the host of the Queenslander thing. It was a wonderful, wonderful promotion, and I arranged with the Singapore gardening people to give these tourism people we were taking in a special visit on how they ran the whole of their garden thing, promotional thing, because we got terrific coverage by the press. And it wasn't long after that that we were able to get a breakthrough on the things we've been trying to do for aviation into North Queensland. So that garden thing was something that we wanted to get particularly the people in Cairns and Townsville to, as we were growing the industry, the business of the greening of their towns and cities in North Queensland was a part of our program. And I can distinctly remember one public meeting that we had trying to interest people in those northern cities. And some coot standing up and saying to me, "What do you want to bring all these people here for? We don't want them here. We've got a lovely place, and we're in the beef and the beef and sugarcane industry. We're not in this tourist thing with people coming in all over the place here. And all they're going to do is to make money for foreigners." And I remember saying to them that there's enormous things that you could do as investments for local people if they woke up to the fact that this would open tremendous new opportunities for all sorts of other industries. And the fellow said, "Like what?" And I said, "Well, you haven't got a major laundry in either Townsville or Cairns. And once you get a whole lot of hotels and this sort of thing, and the growth of visitation, there's going to be an enormous amount of money made, that sort of thing." And well, it just so happened that Sydney Williams, who was a great colleague of ours in promoting tourism, invested in the business in Cairns. It's been a hugely successful operation, and apart from that, the other thing we were talking about was what we could do with just greening the whole of that area. It would make an enormous amount of business for the people who were in the business of growing the plants and things locally, and so on, and using that as a means of getting promotion in southern parts of Australia about the greenery of the north. You understand why I wanted to tell you the story.
Yes, it's a great story, Sir Frank.